Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I am playing some Vanguard, new webcam. Thank God I finally got one. So today I'm gonna do this in one take. So let's do this. This is gonna be a old school live commentary. If I'm not looking at the camera much, it's because it's at an angle, as you can see. So today I'm gonna be starting to level up my automaton. I don't know how to say it. It's a level 2. I've picked it up maybe once or twice in Das House, so we're going to get right into Das House. I'm going to give my sort of thoughts on Vanguard over the past week or so that I've been playing it. As you can see, I am level 19 Prestige 1. Not too much into the game. I would say I've got enough knowledge of the game, though, that I can sort of give a honest opinion and sort of review of this game. And I first want to talk about the movement in this game. If you didn't know, the game runs off of the Modern Warfare 2019 engine. So I do like the movement a lot. I like that they finally brought in the FOV slider to this game. I think they first brought it in Cold War on console. I know a lot of people who play PC and stuff like that, they've always sort of had an FOV slider, but it's nice to have an FOV slider in console. So here we go. We're going to see how we do on Das House. This is what I've mainly been playing. If I get sick of the shotguns or anything like that, I will switch to a different map. I like to play Blitz if I want to play bigger maps, but I typically like to play tactical pacing for the most part, mainly because tactical is between 6 and 8 people on your team. I feel like once you get to 10 people on your team or more, it's sort of gets to a point where you have to play the bigger maps, and I'm not saying that the big maps are bad on this game. I would more or less say that I like the smaller maps. This game has its problems. I'm going to admit to that right now. It's actually got a lot of problems that they need to get fixed. It's going to take them a while to fix, I'd say, most of them, mainly because there's a lot of them, and also because of the Pacific map that's coming up for Warzone in, I believe, 2 weeks time or so. And so they kind of have to work on that. I know right now they're mainly working on the game overall, like, issues as far as the game running and stuff like that. I know the first 4 days or so of this game's life cycle, there was a lot of packet bursting happening on PC mostly, but I was getting a lot of packet burst on console as well, and I did actually have a few times where my console either completely crashed or my game just crashed and I had to restart. And so they need to work on that. And they say that they've fixed the packet loss, which I don't really believe because I'm still getting it, or packet burst, I should say. I'm still getting packet burst every once in a while. It's not as bad, but my game has crashed a few more times since they've put out that small little update that they put out. So they need to fix that, and I can understand why that's priority number 1, because it's what is running your game and ruining your game. There's a lot of packet burst issues. And then once they get that figured out and the new Warzone map drops and stuff like that, I'm sure there's going to be glitches in the new Warzone map that they're going to need to figure out. So that's going to take another week to 2 weeks to figure out all that stuff. So I'd say it's gonna be at least another 2 to 3 weeks before they even consider nerfing and buffing anything in this game. And I don't even know why I said buff, because most things in this game need to be nerfed. Specifically shotguns. The combat shotgun is the #1 problem with this game right now, specifically on Das House, but not only Das House, a lot of bigger maps and most other maps, people are also using the combat shotgun. And I would say they need to nerf shotguns in general, but specifically the combat. They're going to need to put a nerf on the vital proficiency for the Type 100 and the STG, and I guess any gun that has the vital proficiency, they need to put a huge nerf on that, because otherwise it makes your guns completely broken and completely unfair. And I'd say to the point where it's almost like a pay-to-win system, except you're just, if you're a higher level with your gun, you have a better chance of winning a gunfight. The maps in this game are actually fairly well done. I know they have Dome and Castle, which were from World at War. And then I believe Subpens was a DLC map for World at War. And so those maps are alright. I don't really like Subpens, but Dome and Castle are my 2 favorite maps in this game. And I think I like them mainly because they don't have the 3-lane system. But overall, I'd say this game is flawed, yes, but it can have improvements, and once it has improvements, they can do things to make it better. But overall, the game is a great game. If you haven't got it, I wouldn't suggest buying it, because it's not really worth the money and the time that you would need to put into this game. If you're a Warzone player, it's sort of 50-50 if you want to buy the game and level up the guns. But overall, I don't think it's really worth your time as well, because I know Warzone, I don't play it, but I know Warzone has a lot of different types of weapons that you can get used to, and you don't really need any more. But overall, the game, I would say, is fairly good at launch, but it needs a lot of improvements. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It reaches a lot more people, and I will see you guys in the